My tobacco habitat today. These are the same plants I've shown you before. I have 3 Ontario Gold plants. And we're going to take a look at them now that they've been growing here for 5 or 6 months. Here they are. Now, I gave you a video on harvesting and allowing the suckers to take over on these 2 plants, and you can see what they've done. I got lots of tobacco, but it's all sucker leaves, but I don't know, they pretty thick leaves. I think they're going to be smokable. They're just small, but it doesn't matter because this is all just an experiment. Now, we have one more I want you to take a look at. This one, which was a little bit behind the others, it kind of bent over there at the stem. I guess that's what slowed it down. Plus, we've grown it here in the shade. That's our shade-grown tobacco. These leaves are really looking kind of nice. They've been on this plant since I planted it. I've harvested a few leaves off the bottom. There's a few more there. It hasn't put out any suckers until just recently, and only one. Let's see if we can get a look at that. Now there's the sucker right there. Maybe there's 2 of them there. A really beautiful sight is the flowers. Now, the other 2 plants, which are over there, didn't go to seed because I topped them off. And I topped them because I was afraid they were going to get so tall I would need a ladder to get to them. They're taller than I am right now. This one's about my height. So we're going to get seeds off of this one, which had that weak stem, but I don't know. We'll get seeds off the others too. This is a Texas Wild Rabbit tobacco plant. This is has a medicinal effect, which actually clears your lungs if you smoke it or drink a tea out of it. Native Americans used it for that. And I use it to mix with this tobacco for that same purpose. When I get done smoking, I actually feel like my lungs are cleared instead of kind of like choked up. We have a couple of date palms growing over here. I planted the seeds out there in the chicken pen, and they sprouted, so I took them out and put them in these containers, let them grow during the winter. Then we'll plant them somewhere next year. Probably out in that part of the chicken pen out there. You can see over here we have a fig tree and a couple of citrus trees that really aren't doing well. The citrus trees aren't. They've been there for a year. They try to put on leaves, and then the leaves just curl up and they'll get this white, I don't know, they call some kind of borer miner, leaf miners. And that one seems to be doing better than this one. But the fig tree is the one that keeps producing, and the big problem here is we run out of water. We do the rain catch thing as much as we can, but when we run out of that, we have to start using city water, and the city water is full of boron. The only plants that seem to be able to take it are the tobacco plants, which is why I'm growing so much of it. I gotta show you what we've got planted inside. Here's my little indoor tobacco lab. Here we have the small plants that I showed you before that were in cups. They're now in planters, pots. This is a Mopan Mayan tobacco plant. It's supposed to be so heavy in resin that it actually drips from the leaves when it's growing. I think I have 3 here, or 4. I have some Russian Red. I have some Kesu tobacco, which is reported to have psychoactive alkaloids in it. And I also have Sumatra. It's Florida Sumatra, but we're going to see how it grows here in Texas. That's a Sumatra there, and I believe that one is. This is the tobacco that is used for the famous African Cameroon wrapper. And the weather here is just about like it is in Africa, so I'm going to grow some, and I'll keep you all posted on how that works out as the year goes along. It's winter time here. Today actually is Thanksgiving Day, and these plants will eat. I'm not sure if I'll plant them outside or I may just grow them in pots in here. This way the grasshoppers can't get them in spring. I had to spray a lot of malathion on my plants this year to keep the grasshoppers from eating them. My tobacco prepping area. There's some finished product that we'll be smoking today. These are the latest crop that has finished color curing, needs to finish drying out, and then it'll be ready for fermentation. Hope you enjoy, and everybody have a really happy Thanksgiving.